For those of you who were with me in the earlier stream, well, I came over here. Well, I'm Noel Lee, by the way. Welcome to my live stream. And yeah, today is a Saturday on November the 20th, right? And we are 7 days away to the expiration date of my China exit permit. It's not a visa, exit permit. So for those of you guys who joined me this morning as I drove from my apartment to this location here to take some pictures. All right, I've done that already, and I'm actually I'm actually downloading the photographs from my camera, although it's a little bit slow, and basically proceeding to my next destination where I will be checking out my action figures at the factory. So just thought I'd fire up the stream again. Why not let you guys join me along the way? I have some company, and along the way we'll maybe talk about some stuff, go through my November so far, my plans for December, rest of the year, and if I can look at some questions along the way, then I will obviously answer them for you. Apparently my camera doesn't want to cooperate with me downloading images. It's not the most advanced. This camera is an Olympus EM1 Mark II, which I got pretty much I would say 4 years ago now. 4 years, maybe 5. 4 years, maybe 5. And hey Mark, welcome to the stream. What was your question again? I didn't see the comments sort of disappeared. Let me see if I can let's see, can I see the messages here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, my stay in China, I basically had a bit of a discussion on that, or rather I sort of narrated on that earlier in this morning's stream. And basically it's not yet done, it's not a concluded subject, but I'm working on it, right? So we just have to hope for the best. I just want to download all these images on the phone first before we take off, because I need to send these images to my people to sort of start promoting the product. It's basically a flight stand. It's a flight stand for my models. I'm not sure if you can see it from the sun. There we go. It's a flight stand, right? So I just took some pictures, and I want to download it from the Wi-Fi from the camera to the phone, so that I can process these images. Hey Darvis, good morning. Howdy. Started the morning at 7 a.m. here in Shenzhen. Drove for about 50 minutes over here, slow drive, nothing too fancy. And along the way, unfortunately, we saw an accident. Apparently a car had sort of, maybe I think, brushed or slightly bumped over a motorcyclist, and the guy was lying on the road. I gave you guys a bit of a glimpse, I think maybe a 5-second or 4-second footage. Hope that the guy is okay. And yeah, it was just on the way in, we saw the bit of an accident. Yeah, not good. Which means that you always got to be wary of your surroundings when you drive. Yeah, in fact, having driven in China here, Shenzhen, for the past just over 3 months, not that I was driving every day, but in a period of 3 months, I've seen minor accidents on the highway whereby cars bump into each other, and then I did see one fatal accident again along this stretch. Actually, it was a huge lorry truck, like a container trailer, and apparently the trailer was in a halted position, I guess, at the point of the accident. And what I saw was a canvas, covering, I believe, would be the victim on the road. And there was lots of police, obviously a traffic jam along the way. So as I past that particular portion, then I saw what happened, and then it was yeah, it's the first I guess tragic fatal accident I saw while driving here in China. So always be safe on the road, always be mindful of your surroundings, and you know, try to anticipate what the guy is doing in front and behind and on the side of you. That's all I can say. Yeah. So yeah, so we have like 6 people in the stream. Not too bad, not too bad. It's an impromptu thing. I just thought I would you know, take you guys along, and I hope that the reception is going to maintain, because I am on VPN, and along the way we'll be likely traveling on the highway, so hopefully it stays, right? Hopefully it stays. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly, you know, edit my pictures, like cropping them. Just a quick one while we, you know, just wait for the yeah, I just want to do this real quick. Sorry guys, we will be departing pretty soon. Just let me just sort of crop the images in. So what I'm doing essentially is that I am just you know, cropping the pictures of my model stand. So the stand is a new product, the stand. All right, Jose, is that right? Jose? Oh, Jose, yeah. How are you, my friend? How are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me on this stream. We're gonna be riding in a car. Gonna be driving to the factory, and hopefully it will be a non-event. Just gonna be cruising along safely and reaching our destination, I would say in about, I would think about an hour. I think an hour. Let me check the navigation once I'm done with these picture editing. I just need to do this real quick. So it goes to show you, I'm always on the move. I'm always doing stuff. I'm rarely like sitting around doing nothing. So that's why I think I got sick. I was, you know, I mean, you're at an age now where you're like 44, and you are definitely not 20 years old. Although I feel that I can be 20 years old, but you know, when you get burnt out and you feel that you are really tired, that's where you know that let's see. Yeah, greetings to Peru. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that I will be able to have a nice chat with you guys along the way. And the problem is that I can't really show you the factory inside, because, not making an excuse, but really the reception is really bad. There's virtually no reception in the factory. Hi, toddler. Welcome. There's virtually, literally no reception in the section of the factory where my my figures are being done. I always have to come out of that enclosure to get reception. So otherwise I would be more than happy to show you guys, you know, the factory. I'm almost done. Right, for those who just joined, I'm actually editing, just doing some simple cropping, right? Cropping of the photos I just took, just, you know, a few minutes ago, as I came to the warehouse with my camera to take pictures of this stand product that was just delivered to me, the sample. So I had to put them onto the, put the models onto the stand and take some pictures so that we can actually, you know, solicit sales for them. So that's not the reason why I'm in China actually. You know, I'm not here for fun, laughter, peace and joy. I'm here because my work requires me to be here. But the problem is, the problem is that my work previously was not a legit affair, right? Basically, my company is in Hong Kong, and what I do is I come over from Hong Kong. Did everything turn out well in China? Yeah, everything is so far so good. So far so good. All right. Sorry, I may not see the comments from you guys. I'm just finishing up this one. Please forgive me. I just need to do this real quick. Like I said, I'm always, having things to do. Hey, welcome, Kevin James. Welcome. Thank you for joining, man. Hope your Saturday is starting along fine. I'm surmising that you are morning for you. I'm surmising, I'm not sure. And if that's the case, then I hope that you have a great start to the morning. Maybe a nice hearty breakfast and a nice cup of coffee. In fact, I've not had my coffee yet. I woke up at about 5, right? 5 in the morning, and I did the laundry, right? And I was trying to download a file, but apparently my internet connection that I was explaining, factory is what? Let's see. Factory is like a Faraday cage in which there's no signal. Okay. Pretty much. Yeah, like I was saying, I was describing in my earlier stream this morning that I'm having abysmal internet connection at my new apartment as well as my new office space, and that is causing me some grief in terms of downloading working files, especially this kind of 3D models. We need, it's normally like gigs of information, gigs of data, which if the internet connection is not good, it's just gonna make you cry. So, but I always have backup. So what I did is I asked my friends in Singapore to help me to download the file and then QQ to me thereafter, because everybody can get on QQ, and QQ is quite a good effective way of sending files, because on the WeChat, right, on the WeChat there is a limit to the size of files that can be sent. So I'm just about done. I have 31 photographs to just crop in, and I am, so that's the F16. Hey, greetings, 你好，香港，早晨。So let's see, I'm just finishing it up. Let's see. Oh, is this it's kind of blurry. So guys, we're actually gonna be taking off on a car ride to my other factory. Well, it's not my factory. It's a factory that's doing my stuff. Yeah, we always get confused, right? When I say my factory, I don't literally mean I own the factory, right? It is a force of habit that I will say is my factory that is doing my stuff. But again, it's not. I don't own a factory. I don't. It's not my factory. It's just a factory that's doing. I'm done. All right, I'm done with the photographs. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly send it off by QQ. Right, this will be fast. This will be not a problem. The reason I need to do this is because we need to use this phone to do the navigation, because although I was able to remember the way from my apartment to here, I am not yet familiar with how do I go from here to my next location. So I have to use the navigation, which is going to be on this phone, right? So we're using this phone for streaming. And apparently, my goodness, look at the sun. It was like cooling, I would say a week or two ago, maybe a week and a half ago. We have to wear long sleeves and a jacket. But now, my goodness, the weather has changed again. I can't understand it. It's already the end of, coming to the end of November, and we are not yet. Let's see. Wow, somebody's talking about what? What? Hold on. Let's see what's happening here. No, I do not make PLA fighter aircraft, Kevin. I am currently only making a Russian and American. Okay, let's see. We have a comment from our friend here. Made it back. The comments keep disappearing. Let's see. Unless they're not in China at the moment, which they can't apply for visa right now. Hold on, let me see what you're saying. Chinese government will not do anything to foreigners if they are already in China. That's a negative. That's a negative, because I am a foreigner in China, and I know foreigners in China, and foreigners in China who are not doing the process to maintain or obtain a legitimate stay will have to return to their home, or rather the country of their passport, on the moment their existing visa expires. That is the facts. I am here, I know it, and unless you know for sure otherwise, let me know. I'm missing something, but other than that, I'm pretty sure what I'm telling you guys is the absolute facts and truth, because I'm here experiencing it. So that is what it is. So it's not about if you're a foreigner in China now, they can't do anything to you. They are doing asking you to leave the moment your visa expires. That's what is being done. Okay, I'm gonna set up the navigation. Right. Let's see. I'm doing this via the WeChat system, right? And I am going to check where I'm going. Hold on. There we go. So I'm heading over here, and I'm going to be using Baidu Maps, right? And it says that the journey is going to take about 1 hour, right? So 1 hour there. So we're going to start the journey. Okay. All right, man. Hey, Trump, welcome. This is the second stream I'm doing today, and a bit of a vertical stream, because I have my mobile phone attached to this little holder, which doesn't allow me to do a landscape thing. So along the way, if I can see your comments, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll be concentrating on my driving, and I apologize in advance if I am not paying any attention or enough attention to what you guys are talking about. But I hope that if you have nothing to do this morning and you want to join me on this drive, then thank you very much. I appreciate it. Along the way, I'll just be ranting away, and hope that I will keep you guys entertained. All right. Am I a Chinese spy? I am a 008. All right. So initially I was planning to be able to go to Beijing, right, for the Wonder Festival, right? So I can't see the comment. I'm currently already on the road, so I got to keep my eyes on the road, because we actually witnessed an accident in the earlier stream, towards the end of my drive, we saw a car that sort of bumped over a motorcyclist, and he was lying on the road. So you guys, if you want to check that out, you can see towards the end of my first stream, I guess around the 50 something minute mark. So I'm going to keep my eyes on the road, right? And obviously this is not a green screen, right? I'm actually in a car. I'm actually in a automobile, specifically a Volkswagen automatic transmission, and we are in Shenzhen, China, currently in what we call Pingshan, and we are actually moving towards Fenggang, right? Fenggang is also, I guess it's I would say you can actually say it's about like part of Tongguan, right? Okay, I'm gonna make sure I lower the volume here. In fact, tell you what, I'm gonna see if I can get my earpods on so that I don't actually let's see, I don't actually have the navigation interfering with Alright, I got my AirPods on for this thing, and I will be able to okay, we're good to go. Let's see. So hello to our friends here, Quantum Stress, and the guy who said if I'm a Chinese spy. Let's hope it's a joke. And let's see, wants money? What? Alright, no, I don't know about that. So okay. Alright, so as I was saying, I was planning to go to Beijing for the Wonder Festival Beijing edition on the I believe it's the 27th or 28th of this month. But apparently, due to a COVID outbreak or COVID situation in Beijing, that particular event is cancelled, or rather postponed for the time being. So I'm just actually now just driving over the exact point of where the accident took place earlier. Alright, so otherwise it's a pretty nice day. Alright, the sun is out, the weather is fine, the air is dry, and we are on our way. So as I was mentioning earlier to the guys this morning, I have up to the 27th of November, which is this coming Sunday, right? Today is the 20th, right? Oh, this coming Saturday, sorry. This coming Saturday is my legitimate last day in terms of my proper legibility to stay in China, and I am processing my work pass. I know we've been on this subject for some time, but it takes time to get things done, right? It takes time to get the company change of name, adding my name, change of address, because as I was saying earlier, my company is not actually my own company, that I just established. It's a company that's already in existence, and I am using this company to add my name in so that it's evolved. And then because the previous company has an address already on that certificate, and because my new office is not that particular address, we have to go and change the address. And in order to change the address, we need the proof of the new office location. And to have a new office location, you must first rent an office, right? So I've done all that. I rented the office earlier in November, around end of October, November, right? Around the 1st of November. And I got that done. And we processed the change of address on the company certificate. I submitted my working experience by means of archiving what I have been doing in the past 15 years, right? My work experience in Hong Kong with the two companies that I was with previously, which is Popbox Collectibles and Fortune Merchandising Concept. You guys can Google it, right? If you Google Popbox Collectibles, you can actually see me part of an interview with Action Figure Hub, where I was introducing new products that we made, figures as well. And when I was with Fortune Merchandising Concepts, that was also a licensing business that we licensed Transformers, and we made some products, and that was basically the advent of the brand Caliber, because when we were doing the statues, I actually came up with the name Caliber for those Optimus Prime and Bumblebee statues, which you can Google, right? You can Google and find it online. So those are my working experience. And then finally, I set up on my own in 2014, and I came up with Caliber Toys, right? Caliber Toys, which continued me making, the Transformers franchise license, doing like coin banks and keychains. And along the way, I was able to do some business with Universal Studios Singapore, right? One of my products caught their attention, which is the Optimus Prime and Bumblebee figure carabiners that we call it. These are like I think 4-inch non-articulated PVC figures that has a pretty decent sculpt to them, pretty unique compared to your usual like flat 2D surfaces, keychains and stuff like that. So we did some business there, and I went on to develop other Universal Studios Singapore products, such as the Jurassic Park Tumbler, Madagascar Tumbler. So my Jurassic Park Tumbler is kind of unique. If you can find it on Google, you will see that my Jurassic Park Tumbler is that of the Indominus Rex, and I would say that the sculpt that we did on this Indominus Rex is pretty dope. Yeah, go check it out. Go find. Let me know if you guys can find this Indominus Rex Jurassic Park Tumbler in the Google search. So from then on, we also did a Minion. Yeah, there was a Halloween. There's a Halloween special. There's always a Halloween special in Universal Studios. And for the Singapore theme park, I was fortunate enough to be granted the project to do a Minion tumbler. We did a little like vampire Minion, right? A figure on the tumbler. So I'm gonna have to. Yeah, so I was doing the Minion tumbler as well, and then finally, right, I came up with doing Caliber wings, which is scale die-cast aircraft models, well, military aircraft models, jet fighter aircraft models. In 1 is to 72 scale. So for modelers, you will know what that is. It's a 72. It's a scale, right? So if the aircraft is big, then obviously the scale model will be bigger. If the aircraft is small, on 72 scale, it will be smaller. So I did that, and I'm still doing that, right? Because that is actually my passion from young. When I was actually in secondary school, I took up the hobby of plastic scale modeling, right? FX, and I built some models, the F-16, the F-4 Phantom, stuff like that. Took part in competition and won some prizes. Ever since then, I was really loving this particular hobby. And what better way to live, making your hobby your part of your career, part of your income source. That's the best thing, because even like I said, Steve Jobs said you can only do great work if you love what you do, and I definitely love making all these models. And the thing about me, between myself and the competitors out there, is because my models, I would pay close attention to details, and I try not to, I do my best not to cut corners, because making a product, the essence of making a product is whether it's simple or difficult, right? You can always make something simplified, and hence making your overall process simpler, making your overall process cheaper, right? Simplicity means lesser parts. Lesser parts means lesser costs. When you have complexity, that would mean more product, more parts, and more parts obviously logically equates to more costs. So in that sense, I am, that's where you find the cons of the way I do things, right? There's always pros and cons. The pro to a business point of view is you always have to make sure your overheads are low, your costs are low. But for me, it's always high, because I'm going for the next level. I'm going for more detail, more parts, things that people are not doing, I'm doing. So that's where I would say, in that business sense, that's where I am not like as profitable, because I'm spending more, and we're not actually selling for more, because the market is a very competitive one, and collectors, it's a small market, it's a niche market. Pretty much it's a similar pool of collectors who are buying, and everybody have a very limited amount of finances that's allocated to their hobby, right? So that's me and my caliber wings. And then this year I started another brand, which is called Ramen Toy, and that focuses on making action figures, which is where I'm going now to the factory to check on the delivery of this the first batch of action figures. And me being a child of the 80s, and I'm still a child, I love back in the day, the 80s, right? The stuff in the 80s. You got your I'm not really a Transformers guy. I love the genres like Mask. If you guys know Mask, MASK. It stands for Mobile Assault Strike Command or something. Mobile something Strike Command. I forgot what it means, acronym. And like Centurions, which I'm doing now, but as a third party, right? If you guys know what it means. So I like to now use the time that I have, the resources that I have, to be able to recreate all these 80s things that I love so much back in the day, right? To be able to recreate them as my own product. So I'm really looking forward, after this first project, that we will be able to carry on the next project, which is Silverhawks. For those who might be familiar, right? Silverhawks is another 80s cartoon that became a toy line. I think again it's first manufactured by Kenner. So back in the day, you have Kenner, you have Hasbro. These are the toy companies back in the day that made all these 80s cartoons into action figures. I'm still going straight now. Alright, so I hope that I will get my work pass confirmed in the next couple of days. Definitely has to be confirmed. My D-Day is 27th of November, right? So I will update you guys as and when I get the news, and of course I hope it's going to be good news. Otherwise I will be adios, right? This is a very bad condition road that I'm on now. Lots of little what's the word I'm looking for? Bumps in the road, holes like that. So yeah, so if I am able to get my stay, then I will be planning to, you know, make a trip to meet Mr. Reportify Media in Chongqing, right? Looking forward to see the man in person. So Alex, as you guys know, from Reportify Media, is currently in Chongqing, doing some stuff with iChongqing. They actually, you know, invited me to go to Chongqing back in July. So although I really didn't enjoy the weather in July, it's tremendously hot and humid. Ouch. But yeah, I'm hoping to do that, and once Mr. Lee Barrett is out of the hospital, and I'm looking forward to see him again, and you know, hopefully do a live stream with him on some of his Lego collection. So those are the plans for December. Last December I was actually in Shanghai Disneyland, but I doubt I will be able to, or I'm not actually planning any more of such trips, because it's not exactly very economical to fly to Shanghai and go to Disneyland. But I do love it. I definitely love, you know, I try to make it a point, if I can, to maybe visit Disneyland annually, you know. Just love to just go and unwind, and you know, you get to leave the everyday situation, and you know, get into some, you know, this Disneyland theme park is where you feel like a kid, you feel like, you know, stress free, you get to enjoy yourself, except of course if there's crowds. I hate the crowds. That's why you know, in December last year I actually went around the first part, the early part of December, so that I'm not in like the Christmas crowd. So that's how I plan my journey. Yeah, and then come April next year, that will be pretty much my first anniversary of my Xinjiang trip, and hopefully if things work out, I would be able to revisit Xinjiang on that anniversary, and you know, do more in-depth videos, because the first trip was really rushed. It was like 3 days, 3 nights, 4 days. Yeah, 3 nights, 4 days. It was really rushed. Basically visited every place, spending less than, you know, I would say less than 8 hours in each location. Urumqi, Kashgar, and Hotan. So much more to discover, and I would really want to drive now that I have the license. Probably rent a car in Xinjiang and explore. That's what I love to do. I gotta watch. It's a bit of heavy traffic in front. Oh, there's a interesting structure in front of me. Let's see if I can show you guys. Look at that. There's an interesting truck that's, you can see through it all the way. The things you see in China. Hey Brandon, thanks for joining. Mark, all here. Yeah, it gets sometimes it gets really congested because the roads are being built. In fact, that on my left there is some construction. I think it's a subway line. I think, I'm not sure, but definitely it's all cordoned off, and the road is not the best condition, and you got lots of vehicles here, and you got a traffic light, so then tends to get a little bit jammed up, but it's all good. It's all good. All we need is patience. Sure if you can see anything here. That's an interesting number, 8T88U. Right, that's the truck that is, all open. That's the construction that I was telling you guys about, right? Construction there, and the roads are like that. It's not exactly the most developed area, but it is developing. In fact, along the way, I see lots of new buildings being built. Lots of new residence buildings, apartments being built. All right, we're going to be moving along. Squeeze through. Squeeze through. Oops. Bit of a ditch. Hope I'm coming across still clear, and both in audio and video. Alright, I hope so. Oh, not good. I gotta bit this light. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. Hold on. Yeah, I just bit the light. All right. I'm going straight. So I was actually, I was telling you guys I was having a cold just a few days ago, and some of you guys said if I could be testing for COVID. No, I'm good. I'm not. It's all pretty safe here in Shenzhen. It's just like a bit of a cold. Maybe I was immune system was down. Overworked. I don't know. Been really busy, right? Sorting out the visa stuff, sorting out the work at the factory. my move, the apartment move, the factory, the office rental that I was looking for, moving stuff here and there, getting internet set up. Not easy, man. It's not easy, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. And then I'm also, getting involved in more stuff, as if I'm not yet occupied enough. I'm going to be doing some food blogging with some Singaporean friends that I met, and they are basically, interested in all these food blogging. And what is interesting is that you can actually go to a restaurant here in Shenzhen, and you show them or whatever, right, that you are doing this. You can get your meal free. It's true. It's true. So you eat for free, you video the stuff, you put into a video of pictures, and you show them that you have done it, and your meal is free. It's true story, right? But the only thing is that you have to order a different dish, or rather all things that you order have to be different. You can't duplicate. For example, if you get a drink like lemon tea, and the next person that gets the drink, it can't be a lemon tea. It has to be something different. Or rather, you can't get a normal lemon tea. You have to actually get their special drink, right? So you got to try what the restaurant or the eatery is famous for, and that's what is the interesting part. Again, pros and cons. The cons would be, by the time you finish taking pictures and filming, the food is no longer as it was when it first came, right? So that's the con. You don't get to enjoy the food at its, I guess, the best condition. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm gonna tag along, make some friends, do some other stuff. That's just basically keeping occupied, right? Don't ever have a time where you feel like there's nothing to do. So, and my time is flexible, right? My time is pretty flexible between my aircraft models and my action figures and doing the YouTube. My time is pretty flexible. So there's enough of a buffer, enough of a space that allows me to do this food blogging stuff, which, by the way, I'm a food fan, so it doesn't hurt. There we go. Okay. So again, guys, I'm sorry that I can't look at the comments if there's anything that's being asked. I have to keep my eyes on the road, and apologies if the camera is only on me. You can't really see what's going on anywhere else. That's the best angle I have for you guys at the moment, because if I point the camera front, it is too close. It's too close to the dashboard that it doesn't focus on the distant object, but focusing on the dashboard, and you get to see a blurred front windscreen. So that's not too good. We did that earlier. So we're just about to enter the highway, right? I'm just currently behind a truck that's in front of me. Oh, in fact, it's not a highway yet. Sorry. Yeah, it's not a highway. It's just another road yet to go into a highway. So what I would like to do is actually to take a jog, take a run along that canal area that I found close to my apartment, but I've not yet got a chance to do it. Again, a little bit tired at times. I could have gotten up earlier in the morning to do that run. Then I give myself the excuse that, it's still too dark. Right? Again, excuses. I'm just giving myself excuses. So what I should have just did, right, was to just do it. In fact, I just watched the rerun of the movie Pain and Gain. Do you guys know the movie Pain and Gain, starring Dwayne Johnson and Mark Wahlberg and Mr. Falcon? I forgot his name, sorry. You guys watched that movie? So in that movie, it's based on a true story, by the way, right? There is this Ken Jeong. He was acting as some kind of a guru, inspirational speaker, and he was saying, "Are you a doer or a don'ter?" I thought it was pretty funny. So basically, a doer means you got to do stuff, but again, it's just a movie thing, so don't think too much of it. Just do as you have to do. Basically, life gives you a lot of chance for excuses. It's for us to actually just overcome it, right? Easier said and done. But it takes effort to do it. That's why the difference between someone who tried do it versus the other person that didn't. Stating the obvious, right? I'm just ranting. Okay, so last night I had a bit of a buffet dinner experience at the Crown Plaza Hotel that's near my place. I took the opportunity to actually do some picture taking of the food. And initially, when I was taking the picture, the cafe manager of us, obviously the restaurant manager, was asking me, sorry sir, why are you like taking pictures, right? So on hindsight, what I should have done was to immediately sort of like say, oh, sorry, I am actually doing food vlogs, and I'm basically taking pictures of your buffet to put on to and to share with my audience. But instead, I didn't give the apologies part, and I was just saying, oh, I am taking for food blogs was my answer. So that wasn't too good, because I should have been more polite, and I said, because first of all, what I was doing to a normal person is kind of weird. Why is this guy taking pictures, right? It could be for other reasons. So on hindsight, the next time I'm doing this, I will definitely add a little bit more, right? That there is no hostility, right? You're like, we're all trying to be cordial. Just add a bit more. Just try to be nice, be kind and be nice. And these are the things that you would only know on hindsight if you take a moment to review what just happened, right? It's all part of, I think, critical thinking. I don't know, that you are able to reflect and review versus always thinking like a natural thing. It's natural, and there's no need for me to think too much of it. But no, if sometimes you spend some time, and then who knows, maybe you have done a good first attempt, right? It's always that first reaction that is the most genuine, even though it might not be the most positive, but it's the most genuine of who we are as our personality, right? That's why when I did that, I immediately reflect upon how the Japanese would be so like, oh, sumimasen, sorry, right, like that. Because again, you might ask me again, why didn't I initially, before taking the pictures, approach the guy and said, I'm taking pictures? Because I didn't think I was going to do that. That was the main thing. I wasn't actually going there with a main aim of taking pictures. I was taking pictures as part of, since I was having the buffet, I thought I could, do it at the same time, right? So that was what happened in actual fact. So yeah, just sharing a little bit about like self-improvement and reflecting on what you're doing. to always better yourself, better myself, right? There's always room for improvement. So that's just me. That's the ranting part of my experience last night. And on the quality of the food, I actually, didn't find that the quality of the buffet was excellent, because I had high expectations, because it is the Crown Plaza. I really had high expectations, and it was not bad. There was a section of the hors d'oeuvres and crab cake that I actually paid good compliments to the manager. I said, you guys did this spread of hors d'oeuvres and this particular crab cake that nobody ate, by the way, because I believe that the locals that went for this buffet dinner, the local Chinese, they don't really have an understanding or knowledge or the taste bud for this kind of stuff. It's definitely very Western. And the crab cake was really good, but it's a pity nobody touched it except me. And when I first saw the crab cake, it wasn't like cut in portions for serving. Is the cake by itself, and there was no cutlery on the side that allows you to actually get a portion of it to consume. So I was asking the staff, right? I was asking the staff, how do I get this? And he just used a thong, right? Like the pair of thongs, and he just sort of grab some of it, and that was the wrong way, because when you grab a crab cake, it's all mushed up, right? And he put it onto my plate. I was like, oh, this is wrong. So that itself was wrong, but it's a good thing I tried it, because it was really good. And after the buffet, when I went back to give compliments to that particular piece, nobody touched it. The section that was gouged out was still there. So yeah, and then so basically the rest of it was like typical Chinese cuisine, like your pork ribs, your fried rice, some kind of spicy fish, steamed fish, Peking duck, mixed vegetables, some other like pork leg, beef, simple Chinese cuisine. So that wasn't what I was interested in, because for me, I always enjoy a buffet to eat the Western stuff. And apparently they didn't have in fact, that brings to mind, I was actually at the Holiday Inn in May, wasn't it? In May, I was in a Holiday Inn. I took pictures for a friend, acquaintance birthday, and definitely over there in the Holiday Inn, they had a beef steak that you can carve out. But in the Crown Plaza, my goodness, they had frozen food style beef steaks. So that was a big no-no. Totally tasteless. I told the manager, I'm giving an honest review. It's totally tasteless. It's a no-go. And the thing that the Chinese enjoy in this kind of buffet settings are the mini hot pots. So what they have is that they give you a little hot pot, a little a burner, and with a little pot, and you have a range of uncooked meats and seafood that you can dip into that hot pot for your little hot pot, right? And then they gave a choice of flavors of the soup base, mala, right, spicy, numb, or whatever else, I forgot, but we got the mala, and it wasn't even mala. The soup was tasteless. So if you get unmarinated meats into a tasteless broth, what you're gonna get? You're gonna get an equally tasteless piece of meat. So I told them this is the case. So yeah, so apart from those criticisms, which are, I guess, constructive, right? They got a great spread of desserts and hors d'oeuvres. I told them the desserts was great. They got a range of like eclairs, mud cakes, mousse, chocolate mousse. Oh, I was grabbing a lot. So there goes my abstinence from sugar. Last night was like I busted the floodgates. So on that topic, I was, I'm actually on a abstinence for sugar. I'm trying to basically cut off sugar as much as I can so that I can slim down, and that has been my way of actually losing about 4 to 5 kg. But I put on back 2 kgs actually in the period when I was moving right from my old apartment to here. Again, excuses, but the reason is because when I was in my old place, I had a set dining routine. I was having a simple dim sum at the place downstairs almost every day. So I maintained that portion of the meal, which was basically carrot cake. They call it the siu mai, right? The little shrimp dumpling, and either or congee or like a pork bun, char siu bao, right? Char sao bao. So that was my routine. And normally I don't really have a heavy dinner, but over here I don't have that particular set of food, and I got to try different foods, and that sort of altered my diet for the past few weeks. And within a span of that 2 weeks, I put on 2 kgs, plus not having to do the run along the canal. So yeah. And why? Because the place that I was having my dinner most of the time is in a cha chan teng. In Hong Kong, they call it the cha chan teng. So it's a Hong Kong style restaurant, and I basically broke my rule of not having rice because I was ordering fried rice most of the time. There was nothing else that I wanted to have, because they normally have like the white rice with some kind of a dish, right? Either it's like a bean curd, stir-fried bean curd with the rice, or celery with beef and the rice, or like an omelette with the rice. So this is the style. It's always rice and something else. There's no like more combinations and more varieties like that. And I don't want to have the rice as in the white rice. So the other way is to have the fried rice, because the fried rice gives me the taste, a more fusion of taste. So that was what happened. So yeah, I got to get back to my routine, although it's going to be very challenging now that I'm doing this food blogging stuff, because already the obstacle is there. I'm putting the obstacle for me to overcome, that I'll be actually consuming. Yeah, I'll have to manage that. So the reason why cutting sugar is important is because if you can do some research online, simple research, you'll find that even doctors, right? Doctors, dietitians, they would say that if you can actually stay off sugar for 2 weeks, right? If you have a good discipline and you stay off sugar for 2 weeks, you can actually lose up to 5 kilograms of weight without doing any exercise. So that is something that you might, for those of you who are interested, you might want to try it. Because I tried it, and I actually lost 86 kilograms to 80 kilograms. But I put back 2, so I'm at 82 now. So I gotta lose that as well. Because when I was at 86, I was actually doing some runs, right? When I was at 86 kilograms, I was actually doing some runs here and there. But the weight wasn't coming down. It wasn't coming down. and I wasn't eating like excessively. I was just having my normal meals, and I was doing the exercise, although not as religiously, right? I wasn't doing it as religiously. I was doing maybe like once a week, versus back when I was training for my marathon, I was doing like runs 3 times a week. So I finally did the no sugar thing, as well as I cut down on my intake of rice, because rice is actually sugar. So I cut down on the rice, totally went off like soft drinks, sweetened soft drinks. I'm on like soda water, not Perrier. Perrier is too expensive. Just doing some soda water, but mostly it's the sugar. Just cut off the sugar and you can see the results. But it's gonna be a little bit challenging on the first 1 or 2 days, because when you suddenly deprive your body of sugar, the body is going to say, what's happening, man, right? So it's going to give you a reaction. So the reaction is you're going to feel weak. You will feel weak actually when you go off sugar from a normal diet for the first 2 or 3 days, and you want to give the excuse that I need some sugar. But that's where that is the tipping point, right? The moment you give in, then it defeats the purpose. But if you can overcome that first obstacle or that cold turkey, then you're on your way to success. And the duration is 14 days. If you can keep at it for 14 days, you will lose the weight. Of course, after that, you might be able to reconsume a controlled or minimal amount of sugar, and you can maintain that weight, or it might bump you up again. So it depends. There's no hard and fast rule for anybody. Each of us, our body is different, and our body reacts differently to different intakes. So you have to, from then on, manage on your own. That's all I can say. For me, I have to manage getting my weight back down again, because if I did 86 to 80, but I'm back to 82, which means that if I did an 86 to 80 and I lost 6, from 82, if I can lose back another 6, that'll be at 76, isn't it? So I hope to achieve that. Yeah, I gotta lose some weight, man. It's when you lose the weight, you feel better. You feel less lethargic, and yeah, be careful. Yes, your comment came in, and I was looking at what's the comment. Yeah, I gotta be careful. This morning I actually saw an accident. Right, there was actually an accident whereby a motorcyclist was knocked down by a car. The guy was lying on the road. I took a video of that on the first live stream. So another perk of being in China is I get to drive, because if I was in Singapore or Hong Kong, I doubt I'll be driving, because number one, in Singapore there's basically a no way, because we all know that Singapore has the most expensive cars in the world. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. So definitely no way for me to drive in Singapore. And in Hong Kong, it's equally expensive in terms of the maintenance of the car. The car might not be expensive in Hong Kong, but to maintain the car, you have to rent a parking lot, and basically the parking is the one that really drains you on the financials, at least from my opinion. So and the roads in Hong Kong are so small anyway, much smaller than here, much more congested. You're parking on slopes. It's just not that it's a breeze driving in China, by the way. I would say in the West, unless it's the congested cities. But then again, in the open parts of China, it's the same. You can drive freely as well. So yeah, not a good comparison. But I would say driving in the city, it really hones your skills, I guess, or lack thereof. There we go. We've got another small accident in front. So slight bump, I think. Especially the parking. My goodness, the parking. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? The car behind me? That is the jam. That is the there was a police officer there. It's a 2-car accident. What's this guy going on here? It's a 2-car accident, and it's not too. What's this guy doing? Speed up a little bit. The big truck back there tried to make a left, and I was I got to exit this main highway into the small road. All right, so yeah, the parking in China, oh my goodness, you get some of the most congested and tightly designed parking lots. Oh man, you gotta do the Austin Powers 20-point turn at some locations. Anyway, that's if you guys get a chance to experience it, then you'll know. Otherwise, it's not that easy to get you to visualize it. We are, I guess, about maybe 15 minutes to the factory. I think between 15 and 20 minutes. Oh, we got heavy traffic here. Yeah, I actually started only driving 3 months ago because I didn't have a license while I was in Singapore, and I didn't have a license while I was in Hong Kong. Only in the last year and a half, right? Year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, last 2 years. I actually went for the driving license in Hong Kong. Got the license on the first try, and they they wouldn't let me immediately convert that license to drive in China because guess what? You are new. They said you gotta let the license mature for 1 year and then they can let you get the China license, which is kind of weird because that means after me passing my driving, I would not be driving for 1 year, right? And then I would drive again. Isn't that weird? That means you'll be like losing your sharpness that you have just passed the test and knowing all the things. You're gonna leave that in limbo for 1 year, and then you're gonna come back and start driving a year later. But that's the rules, isn't it? It's a silly rule. I think it's a silly rule. What do you guys think? I think it's a silly rule. And another rant that I have is that when you're learning or driving, they don't test you in the night, right? And they don't test you on the highway because they say that new drivers can't go on the highway. But if a new driver can't go on the highway, how can a new driver ever learn the ins and outs of the highway, isn't it? So those are my little points about the entire, what's the word I'm looking for? The testing system. See if I can do this. Alright, so I am on familiar road now, and we should be there pretty soon. And I think we lost connection there for a bit. Hope I'm back. The connection was disconnected momentarily. I think we may have hit a blind spot in terms of data connection reception. So we are almost there. With me, all right, keeping me company on this drive to the second factory, or the first factory, the second location. Really appreciate it, and I'm talking to you guys for a minute or two, I think. So we're kind of, as you can see, a very, oh, there you go, all the look at all the containers. See? That's where all the containers are. And this is the road again. This place by all the containers. It's on my left. I'll get to the last comment in just a bit once I get to our location. So as you can see, today is a Saturday, but I'm still doing my stuff. See, I wasn't joking, guys, that this place has bad connection, isn't it? We're already starting to lose the connection. Oh, he's stopping here. Why? Okay, let's see. What was the last? Oh, Kevin James, you gotta go? Okay, cool, man. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Well, reaching soon. We're gonna be going straight here, make a right through a small road, and then make a left, and then we'll arrive. So I would say another about maybe like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And we have been streaming for the past 81 minutes, all of which I would say 10 minutes of that was me fiddling around with my phone, doing the picture edits. Then we only traveled on the road for about maybe 70 minutes, 60 something, 70 minutes. Well, I love the look at the light that comes on. See the lights there? It's like a like a halo, right? It's not bad. This should be a nice screenshot. There we go. Let's smile for the camera, guys. There we go. Never miss up a good opportunity for I just okay, there we go, done, save, there we go. Sorry, I'm just taking some selfies with a nice little halo there. Okay, man. Just waiting for this light to. Let's see if I can show you guys the. Yeah, just waiting for this light here. There we go. I'll probably do it this view all the way, the last stretch. You guys can have a look. All right. Let's see. Go. Sorry, that's the best angle I can do because the mobile phone is not exactly propped in a best location. That's the best we can do for the moment. I will have to, future driving streams, right? Can you guys see sketches on the right now? There we go, sketches. Look at that, sketches. Right, sketches. That's the factory. That was the one of the main players about the Xinjiang forced labor or whatever, right? Sketches. They did say that there was any of such atrocities. So kudos to sketches. So as I was saying, we made a right, go through this little stretch, and then we can arrive at he's making a left, sorry, he's making a left. So this would be the mall like back in the day, right? Factory, when I was in the factories. Well, now I'm in the factory. So these are the kind of situation that you see, right? These kind of surroundings, right? It's not the place with. That's actually a driving school on the right. Alright, this is the final turn, and we are, as you can see, all the big heavy trucks. I'm really watching. The bus just came by. There we go. Is he blocking my way, this guy? Nope, there's a space. There we go. We've arrived at the factory here. So guys, we have arrived at the factory. Thank you for joining me again. Once we get in, there's no reception for some reason. Just park it over here. All right. There we go. Arrived. So let's see. All right. Any things for me to look at? Hold on. All right. Looks like there's not much going on there. Just checking. Oh, Eastern Wind is still Eastern Wind. No surgery drink for you. Sugary drink. Okay. For joining me here today. I've arrived, and it was I hope that you have enjoyed the little car, a bit of renting from me, and I'll be getting on to do my stuff at the place that has no reception, and I will see you guys soon. All right, I will be giving an update once I have that work permit visa thing in place. I'll give you guys an update next week. Look forward to that, and in the meantime, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, take care. Love you.